Hiya, Claire. How are you today? Hi, Natalie. Marjorie. Julie. Zara, hiya. Hiya, Tanya. How are you, my lovely? Hi, Lena. Yeah, we're good. Hi, Paige. Hi, Anne. How are you, Anne? I haven't seen you for a while. Hi, Carly. Hi, Sandra. Let's welcome everyone. Hi, Hayley. Okay. The main man with his balls will be making an entrance any time, any second now. Here he is. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Yeah, we're not too bad. Hi, man. How are you, my lovely? Good to hear. Right. Yeah, good to hear, Mike. I've been shuffling the cards, so.
Oh, you've been shuffling cards, have you?
I have.
Been playing with yourself again.
Hi, Marjorie.
Right, the group card for this evening. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there, it's not much longer.
That's a really good card, I think, for the start off. Tonight, as normally on a Friday, it will be lighting the candle for lost loved ones or friends, family, and I do that around about 5 to 9 o'clock, and then I let you put some names up if you wish to remember them as well. Hi, Angel. So yes, that'd be about 5 to 9 o'clock. I will be lighting the candle, and that stays on for the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Robin Watersdike.
Stays on where? On your head?
No, it stays on the screen. So they see the candle burning all the way through. Right. Hi, Elaine. How are you, my lovely?
Thought I'd ask.
No, it's always good to ask. So, yes. Right. Now, I do believe it is your time to go first.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes. I went first last time.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Good for you.
Right. There you go.
Right, so while Paul rushes away and does absolutely nothing, as you do when you rush away, I shall work with this lovely crystal, the purple one. So, if you'd like a reading with what shall we call this one? Purple Pauline. There you go. Purple Pauline. That is a name. That's a name. That's a name. We'll work with that name for today. So you need to put your names up. So let me have a look and see if the talking stick indicator is ready. Oh, yes, it's ready. I can see it now. So, right, put all your names up, please, now, and we'll see where the talking stick goes. Right, we are... Okay. Ooh. You know, when you lean back on a sofa, you expect to find a cushion, but there's everything else on here but a cushion. Right, okay. We have a stop on Geraldine Owens. Geraldine Owens, the stick has stopped on your name, so I am coming to you. Okie dokie, right. Geraldine, I can see this lovely image of you, actually, and it's presenting you as being sat upon your sofa. Thus far, so good. And as I look around about the chest height, up to about just above, an inch or two above your head, I'm looking to see if I can see any orbs around you. And I'm very pleased to say that I can actually see two orbs, one either side, and they are about ear height, okay? Ear height. So if I take, for example, one of these little crystals here and show you. So as you can see, it's just about level with the top of your ear, and that's the same for both sides. So it's an indication to me that spiritual activity is taking place around you as an individual. And generally speaking, when they hang around your ears, it's usually an indicator that there is spirit communication going on. In other words, they're speaking to your ears. So you may well experience, I'd like to call it the sound that you get when you're not quite tuned a radio set in, and you get the crackling sound and a few words, and a bit more crackling and a few words. That sometimes is what people hear when spirit are trying to fine tune the frequency so that there can be communication going. Yes, that's right, Jane. Static. That's the one. Now, getting back to around here. Now, let's see. They put it in a lovely panoramic view. Okay, what have we got? Oh, there we are. Right, as I look off to your right-hand side, i.e. this side, and I want to say are about 6 foot or so away from where you were sat, I'm being made aware through the crystal that a spirit person is beginning to manifest. So what I'm seeing here is a golden yellow outline of a body. Yes, they appear to be standing up. And I would go as far as saying standing up and looking across to where you are. Okay, so there's definitely a person manifested there. Just further looking around, I don't see any animals, and I'm not hearing any animals. So, okay. Well, I think we need to find out who this individual is. So I am going to see if anyone's come through the portal, because I can't see anything else in the crystal just yet. Do we have someone for Geraldine, please? Yes, please. Thank you. Right, we've got someone coming in now for you. So let us awake with bated breath, shall we say. Right, okay. Yeah, right. Geraldine, I want to say at this point, there's the energy of a female coming forward. Now, this particular lady, I have to say straight away, because I'm getting a glimpse of her facial in my mind's eye, and straight away I want to say this lady looks to me to be around the 83, 84 mark. I want to describe her as being she looks like the perfect granny. That's what I want to say to you. She looks like the perfect granny. She's presenting herself with a penny on, which, would suggest that she spends a lot of time either cleaning or in the kitchen. I do get the sensation that this lady loves to keep her place, I want to say, nice and spick and span. And I also feel that she is very much a dab hand in the kitchen. Okay. As I look around the kitchen, although it's what I would describe as a dated kitchen, okay, a dated kitchen, it is fully functional, and I do not, as I look around the whole of the room and all the paraphernalia that sits in there, and everything has got a place, I do not see any cookery books of any description lying around either on shelving, on tables, or anything like that. I also would like to say that this lady, when she is making things in the kitchen, I want to talk about things like puddings and cakes, breads, the recipes that she go by are all hand-me-down. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with cookbooks, but if you look in cookbooks and you're learning to bake a particular cake, it will always tell you, so many grams of this and so many grams of that and so much of a litre of this and milliliters of that and whatever. But this lady's mythology was very much a handful of this, a cup of that, a dash of this, a spludge of that, and mix it all together. There wasn't anything remotely resembling measuring anything out, whether you're weighing it or whether you measure it. There was none of that going on. It's like she had all of these recipes down to a T, and a glug of that was literally just like, and a splash of this would be like, and a handful of that would be like this and like that, and a pinch would be like that, and and I don't know how she managed it, without sort of measuring it like all these cookbooks tell you to do. Like, but everything that she made was, without a shadow of a doubt, fabulous. Her cakes were to die for. Her breads were light and fluffy. Her sponges were, absolutely out of this world. And this lady could put her hand to any pudding. And I mean any pudding, okay? I'm seeing, in my mind's eye, she's showing me upside down cake, but with pineapples in it. I'm seeing crumbles. I'm seeing treacle toffee pudding. I'm seeing homemade rice pudding. The list is endless, and they were all to perfection. You could say that, and there's no doubt about it, this lady was a traditional home fare type cook. So all the school dinner puddings you can imagine, she knew them off fantastically. Sponge puddings and cakes for all occasions. She had it all up there. And she was very much a person who would pass down these recipes. She never saw any need for anyone needing a cookbook. Cookbooks were just not the in thing. Cookbooks were those who were completely and absolutely hopeless. She shared the kitchen with her parent when she was a young girl. And she learned her art by trial and error and practice from her mother. And that was the way it was meant to be always. The boy would be in the workshop or dad's shed, and he would learn the art of doing carpentry and that type of manly type trades from an early age. From dad in the carpentry shop, the shed, the man cave, or, messing around with dad in the engine of the car, in the days where you could actually get in and do something to the car as opposed to have to stick it in a computer. And that was the way it was. So she was a prime example of home education for the fine arts of what ladies need to know and are perfectionists at. And she draws very close because there's still a lot of things that this lovely lady seeks to pass on. Not just her knowledge in the kitchen and her skills at cleaning her home and making it look spotless so that you could basically eat off the floors, or even the toilet bowl, you could eat off the toilet bowl. It was that immaculate. But there's other strengths and other forms of wisdom that she still would seek to pass on. And she draws close to you because in those quiet times, and we do get, women do, you do get quiet times when the telly's on and the husband's snoring his head off in front of the fireplace or whatever. She is one to draw close to And as she draws close to you and your spirit energies meld together, she has that ability to pass that information on to you. And wow, does she have such a load of stuff to pass on through spiritual communication. She can place them in your dreams, she can drop the words and ideas into your mind, or she can whisper them gently into your ear. But she's got a lot still to share. And yes, she does miss being with you in the physical sense. But she is quite adamantly saying that she spends an eternity with you from spirit side. And she's very proud of you, of how you have moved on with your life and really made a success of yourself, as she always believed you would. And okay, right, she wants me to give you something, so I'm right, put it in my mind's eye. Well, okay, that's the first. She's put an image in my mind's eye of a Knickerbocker glory. Okay, a Knickerbocker glory. Man, I can't remember the last time I seen one of them, apart from an ice cream parlor when I was still in primary school. Okay, so Geraldine, she showed me an image of a Knickerbocker glory, and that she's placing it on the kitchen table for you. Wow. Okay. Wow. I had one of those. Oh, I think the last time I had one of those, I was about 8 or 9 years old. Blimey. I don't even know if they still make them. I really don't. I don't know if they still make them. But I'm going to leave that with you, Geraldine. And say thank you very, very much for the privilege of reading for you. Was that Julie? Wimpy used to do them as well. Oh, Wimpy used to do them. Oh. I've heard of Wimpy. I don't recall I've ever been in a Wimpy. But yeah, that's something different. But there you have it. Knickerbocker glory. What else? I mean, not very often someone leaves that behind for you. Flowers, chocolates, things like that. But a Knickerbocker glory, that's the first. I'm going to remember that one. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to invite the lovely Paul back because he's chomping at the bit. And so...
I'm just getting things ready, Phil.
Okay, yeah. And so thank you very much. Oh. Yes, they do. Thanks ever so much. Oh, bless you. My pleasure, Geraldine. I'm so happy that it's made your day. You're very welcome. Right, here's the lovely Paul, and I'm going to go and finish my cup of tea.
All right, okay. Let's have some names up and see who I'm drawn to, please. Hi, Julie. Hi, Donna. Hi, Christine. Hi, Angel. Hi, Trish. Okay, I'm going to go to Christine, please. Can I come to you, please, Christine? Just wait for Christine to say yes. Right, Christine, as I'm drawing close to you at the moment, I do feel a strong connection with a lady who's actually drawing close to me. And I do feel this is like a mother vibration. She's coming in at the moment because she's saying you need a lot of things to do. You need to start motivating yourself a bit more and not keep getting distracted with things. Can you understand this so far, please, Christine? And she's also saying she's seen where you just sit down and flake out because the things you want to get done, it just feels like your energy just goes away and you don't have any energy to do it. She's saying you've got to concentrate just on one thing at a time and not like do 10, 20 things at a time. I know they say ladies are good at double, treble, but it's not true. You don't need to multitask all these things. You need to start settling down and just speaking to spirit and saying, Spirit, what one is the most important? And please help me do this one specifically, because you're working yourself rigid or rigid or rigid. And she just needs you to calm down a bit right at the moment. I know there is a lot of people you do talk to on TikTok, on Facebook and all that, and that sort of relaxes you. Not so much when you're doing it, but yeah, you do get relaxed when you're doing it as well, because the people you talk to are the people you allow into your life. And bless you, I'm one of them, which I really, really appreciate. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Jane. How are you, my lovely? Yes, certainly. You have so much to give. Hi, Sags. How are you, my lovely? You don't need to bend down and ask people, oh, is it okay? Is it okay? Because these people are the people that you allow around your life. Hi, Carrie D. And this lady's saying, just carry on doing what you're doing, but slow it down. Just think of what you need to do. Because people are just going to take, not give. And that is not fair on you, where you're giving all the time and no one is actually taking it. And no one's actually giving it to you back. I know you don't give to receive, but a little something should, wouldn't go amiss. And she's saying, now, my dear, you have things you've got to do, and I feel there's paperwork got to be done as well. Okay, no, I'm not allowed to talk about that. Right. They're saying about a hospital, but I'm not allowed to mention things about hospitals. So I've given hospital, but I've told them that is all I can actually say about it. I'm not getting into the medical things because of I'm not medical and I do not talk about it. As she's saying, you've got to start looking after yourself. You need to really start looking after yourself and start living for yourself. there have been quite a few upsets, should I say, around things, and there's been things that really, really got to you, and you do take a lot of people's problems on board, and you are a very sensitive person. Someone who sees that and you just say that catches your eye and it's sad, you're just a flood of tears. And she's saying, you've always been this sort of person that will do this. And people do take the, no, I'm not going to say that, I'll say it my way, take the mick out of you when you do that. But don't worry about what anyone says. What you're doing is you're showing your true emotions. And yes, that is what you do. And I'm proud of you for doing that. And I really am. What you do, the love you give, and you just give it out freely. And to whoever, you always send the love back. And Christine, I am sending you the love back, and all the love that actually you need. Your love healing is all going to you, because I feel you actually need it. Hi Beverly, Miles, how are you? And they're saying, don't stop giving your love, because some people need that. You may be the only person you actually speak to that day, and they actually respect you actually giving that love and showing it. And this lady is so proud of you. Yeah, not too bad, thank you, lovely. And just carry on with the love, but start getting some back as well, because you deserve it. You've always deserved the love and the acknowledgement of things that you do. And I'm going to leave that love with you and say, bless you. Thank you for allowing me to work with you. And now it's time to bring back the lovely Luke, who's going to give you another lovely reading. Thank you. What one do you want this time?
I think you might want to put the light on, Paul. It's getting a bit dark. There, that's better, isn't it? You can see me now. Right, okay. What we have now is the Dark Messenger. Okay, so if you'd like a message with the Dark Messenger, can you please put your names up now? And let's go and see where the talking stick is. Right, okay, and there's a talking stick, and we are on the move. We're on the move. Right. Where is that stick going? Where is the stick going? And we've got a stop on Anne Swinbank. Anne Swinbank. We have a stop on your name, so let's see what we can do. Right. Okay, Anne. Right, as I look into the Dark Messenger. Right. Okay, it's given me an image of you on the sofa. Always a good start. And it does look like you've got a cup of tea, well, a mug of tea or coffee by your side there. It's a bit early for things like hot chocolate and whatever, or Ovaltine,
It
or
could be a beer or
things like that. And you don't get beer in a mug. Okay, so as I concentrate on that particular image of you, and I'm now looking at from about here upwards, upwards as in that way. And what it shows me, okay, is there's an orb, and it's literally sat there. Okay, it's like if you lifted your head up a little bit, you could play head the ball with the orb, but it's sat just about, just there. Okay, it's a lovely orange color, but the orange color in itself is only to help it stand out so I can see it. So, la 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 la. Now it's gone into panoramic view now. So, okay, so panoramic view is like stretching the picture, and it gives me a bit of a wide-angled view of what's in the room. Now, I can see that there's a couple of other orbs that are floating around, but the thing that I'm more concentrating on here is an image of a manifesting person in spirit. Now, it is a golden yellow color, and it's like a mist or a haze, of that sort of makeup. So it gives me the outline of the body of a human, but it doesn't tell me whether it's a man or a woman or a boy or a girl. It just lets me know that there's a person manifesting there. I'm not being shown, and neither do I hear any dogs or cats in the spirit world coming through, just this particular individual. So we're going to have to go back across to the portal, see if we can see someone coming in. Right, do we have somebody for Anne Swinbank? There is. Okay, yeah, bring them forward, please. Lovely jubbly. Right, okay, we have someone just stepped out of the portal. So bear with me, Anne. Okay, right, I can feel an energy coming towards me now. So, right, and I want to say I have the energy here of a male in spirit. Okay, I'm right. Now, I want to say straight away that this gentleman is over the age of retirement. I want to be placing this gentleman in his upper end of the 70s. I also want to say that this person is a flat cap wearing individual. I can feel the flat cap on my head. I also want to say that I feel like I'm wearing a jacket as well. Now, when I say I'm wearing a jacket, I feel like it's like an over jacket, like a suit over jacket. And this thing is going down literally to my knees, okay? To my knees. Now, I would describe this jacket as being like one of those ones that Al Capone would wear. And he'd hide his violin case underneath it, because it's quite, it's, I'm going to say it's not overly big, but you would normally have a two-piece or a three-piece suit underneath, maybe even a scarf for that. So it would be quite accommodating. So you'd definitely be able to get a violin case in there with a machine gun in it. Not saying that anybody in your family would have carried a violin case, a machine gun, but you never know. Okay, so I like to call it an Al Capone coat, purely because you could get a violin case in them. Now, this would be a typical winter jacket, if you like. I feel there's a scarf around my neck as well. I want to say this gentleman is from a few generations back, definitely from a few generations back. The way he speaks is, well, let's just say the manner in which he speaks, okay, is not compatible with today's overly, I'm going to say over the top, politically correct, woke type, guard what you say society that we live in. So by that, it's very much a case of this gentleman, bless him, whatever he thought in his mind would be the words that he would say. And there would be none of this, oh, you can't say that. Oh, I'm not allowed to use those words. Oh, I can't use that word. He'd just say it the way it was. And to be honest with you, he wouldn't give a monkey's, because that was how people spoke in his day, right? So today he would probably hear a lot of, oh, you can't say that, and oh, you can't use that word anymore. Would he cope? I don't think so, because he's used to saying it how it is. He'd call a spade a spade. Some people might call it a shovel. He'd call it a spade because it is a spade. So if people didn't know him very well and they heard him using the word spade, they might be up in arms thinking, you're not allowed to call it a spade, it's a shovel, or vice versa. But if you'd known him for ages and he said something like a spade, you would know exactly what he's talking about, and he wouldn't say it deliberately to cause offence. It's just the way he talks. Now, I do want to add that this gentleman does have a number of niggling pains around his body as a result of normal wear and tear. I mean, this man very much worked his butt off. Every hour God sent, he'd work it. And it was a job where the skill came from the hands, not from up here, not pushing paper clips around in a desk, but from hard graft labouring style work. So he was very, very very much prone to knocks, injuries, small accidents, these sort of things, which were just part and parcel of the way people work. Health and safety was very much in its infancy during this man's time. So, you'd be hanging off the edges of buildings and all sorts, up to your eyeballs in coal dust and asbestos and fumes and stinks and chemicals, because that's what the jobs entailed. And very few people would have had, things like goggles and respirators and ear protection and all that sort of thing, because nobody really understood the long-term effects of the stuff that you were working with. Of course, nowadays, you'd be wearing basically spacesuits to do some of those jobs now because of the hazardous chemicals that are part and process of the way things are made or byproducts of how things were made. I do want to say, though, that he does present me with what I would call a form of chest condition, right? Chest condition. Now, it is one where I do, at my later years, feel somewhat on the breathless side. And I do believe this is due to exposure to all sorts of stuff during my working life. So this didn't happen overnight. This got progressively more and more apparent as I got older in life. I want to place this gentleman. So I want to look at you and give you a generation 1. I'd want to look at your mum and dad, give them generation 2. I want to go to generation 3 with this gentleman. So it's a grandfather, great uncle individual is who I am looking for. Okay. I do want to say that this gentleman does draw close to you in a number of ways. As I look at him, I see an individual who had a tremendous love for family, for the young people in the family. And I'm being shown an image here of him bouncing this young child on his knee as though he was pretending his knee was a horse. Okay? And this young child is giggling and laughing and full of smiles and, I'm going to say, spit and slavers and dribbling all sorts out the mouth onto what I would call like a bib. So this is a very young child, but he had all the time in the world for children. You know, he loved them. He loved his family. He loved the extended family. And he had an abundance of unconditional love to pour on to all of the kids, grandchildren, etc. in his lifetime. And as he draws close to you, I am seeing an image where he is actually sat beside you, and it's like he's got his arms around you like that. And as he does so, I'm seeing a blue light coming from here, okay, from the palm of the hand, and it would go round and it would hold on to, children, not necessarily the babies, because he'd hold them in his arms, but say as the children got older, and it was like a granddaddy hug, he'd be holding on to that. And I'm seeing them do the same thing again, but this time as the children are much older, they're adults, they're parents themselves, and he would do this as he sits with them, and he would be pouring into them healing energies. Now, the reason for putting the healing energies in, he says, is because he can see the physical exhaustion and the mental exhaustion that you go through on a day-to-day basis. And on many occasions, you are prone to be putting on the ding, the happy face when it's all hell is breaking down round about you. But you are always one who will say, everything's lovely and fine, no problems here. And actually, you'd be like, on many occasions, at breaking point. And it's the pressures of keeping up with bills that are forever soaring upwards, wages that are not going anywhere other than stagnating, and in many occasions having to take on additional work to try and help make ends meet. And it's a problem that plagues everybody. Okay, everybody. You're not in this alone. But as he is a man who loves his family, he feels it's his duty to step in and help. And his way of helping is a whispering in the ear of words of wisdom and advice and words to help uplift you. And also hands-on healing to heal the nerves, to heal the pressures, and to give your body the ability to rest like it should, so that you're fully charged, batteries wise, to take on the next day and continue the fight. As he's called it, it's the good fight. And he also brings around you an enveloping mass of unconditional love. Now I'm seeing this as pink mist, and as he shows me in my mind's eye, what I'm seeing is this mist. It comes like a wave, and then it goes over the top. You know, that curl type thing that you see in the waves that the people do their surfing and they go underneath it. Well, as the wave sort of turns on like that, and I can see this going over the top of you and totally surrounding you in this pink energy. And as it does, we can see the spark in your heart, which is representative of your spiritual self. The spark reignite. And it's like it's the boiler, and it starts warming up the energies in your body. And it shows you as becoming refreshed and rejuvenated. And even if you're a Doctor Who fan, regenerated. Okay? And that's what he wants to bring around you, and that's what he brings to you. And as he does this, he says, it's all done out of love. Okay? With love from Grandad. Okay. And as he pulls his energy back now, he's put another image in my mind's eye here. And what I'm seeing, what he's showing me, is a teddy bear. But it's a pink teddy bear, okay? A pink teddy bear. And I'm seeing it sitting on the cushion, or shall I say the pillow, okay, of a bed. A pillow of like a double bed. This pink, this pink teddy bear, okay? And it's sitting on top of a pillow. It's a double bed I'm seeing. Well, I say it's a bed for two persons, you know, double, king size, queen size. They're all the same to me, right? But it's sat on the pillow that is of your side of the bed. And I'm going to leave that with you and say, Anne, thank you so very, very much for allowing me to read for you. I've got to say this man's an absolute gentleman. And an absolute, genuine heart of gold from this man. So I'll leave his love with you and the teddy bear and say thank you very much for allowing me to read for you tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is what I would call the bewitching hour approaches us, right? So this is the time of the week where we spend a few moments as a group remembering all of our loved ones. You're welcome, Anne. Remembering all of our loved ones that have passed into the world of spirit within the last couple of days, the last week, the last few years. It doesn't matter how long ago it is since they've passed. This is a time where we can remember them and send them lots of love from us all. So this is the time. So I'm going to hand you over to Paul, and Paul will lead you through a moment of reflection, a moment of remembrance, and a moment of celebration as well, because it's also a time of celebration. And me, I will be at this point, I will be thinking about my dad, who I lost in January 2023, and my Uncle James, which is my dad's brother, and numerous other loved ones that have gone to spirit.
My mum.
So, we'll be taking time to remember our families, and this is an opportunity for you to remember your families and your loved ones. So, I'll stop at that and hand you over to the lovely Paul, who will conduct us on that journey.
Right, hiya. Yes, I'm back again, and I'm just bringing the candle over so everyone can see it, and it's quite difficult to actually place it where everyone can actually see it. Right. What I'm going to have to do is try and bring it. Right. So I'm just trying to find something to actually put it on. So, yes, you can see it there. You can see it there. Right. Okay. Right. Now's the time to light this candle. Remember all our loved ones that have gone over to spirit, and let them know that we still think of them. Even though they're in spirit, they still think of us, and we think of them as well. So I just light this candle without burning my hand, because I don't know where it's gone. Right. So as you see, I've lit the candle, and it's to let our families and friends that have passed over to spirit, and let them know that we are with them all times, and they are with us. And if you wish to put names up of the people that you have lost, you are more than welcome to do that. Hi, Elena Brooks, welcome. And just let them know that we are there with them, and they are with us as well. And people that I'm thinking of is my mum, Linda, aunties Deirdre, Violet, uncles Tommy, Terry, my grandmother Margaret, also known as Peggy, and my grandmother Payne, Gladys Payne. That's on my father's side. Just thinking of all them and letting them know that they're with us, and the thoughts never leave us as we do this. And we just ask spirit to bring them close so they can be around us while we're doing this evening's lighting of the candle, to remember them. I'm going to pause for a moment or two just to give you time to actually think of your family and friends. Okay. I hope this was okay for you, and it gives you a bit of the time to just remember your family in spirit. So this candle's going to be staying till we finish at 10. So yeah, and mention Luke's dad Archie or Scott, and Luke's Uncle Jimmy or James or Jimmer, because we used to call him. So yeah, okay, right, now let's have your names up and see who I'm drawn to, please. Good evening, Joe. Joe, yeah. Hiya, Karen, Andrea, Jodie, Nadine. Hi, Keeley Derrick. Can I come to you, please? Keeley Derrick. Welcome, Sammy. Welcome, welcome. So, Keeley, can you tell me if it's okay? Hi, Keeley. As I'm drawing close to you, I do feel there is a lady around you at the moment. And this lady is on the maternal grandmother. And she's coming in quite close to you at the moment. And she's saying she's actually proud of something that you are doing. And she's saying, keep it up. Keep up the good work. She's also saying that whatever, she's not telling me what you're doing. She's just saying whatever you're doing, you're making her proud at doing it. Can you understand this, please, Keeley? Because she's coming in quite adamant about this, the way she's actually saying it. And she wants you to know, she says, you've done a lot of things that were, but now you've actually started doing something to really make people look, and how people like to see what you're doing. All right, Clarky, how are you, buddy? She's also coming in and saying there have been quite a few upsets around you, like losing friends and family, and it has really got to you. How can they pass that? How can they pass now? They don't. That, and she really wants you to know that they are okay, and they will come through and speak to you at some point. But at the moment, they're going with other family members and all that. But she's saying, do not give up your dream, because you will be doing that. You will be doing that at some point. And she wants you to know that where there's love, there is comfort. And she's saying you need a lot of comfort at the moment. You need a lot of love, and people showing you that they do care about you, and it's not about this, that, or the next thing. And she's saying you always used to give out money, buy people drinks and this, that, and next thing. But now you're stopping doing that, and that is what else is making her proud. You're actually seeing people for what they are. And she's saying, you carry on doing that, and you will realise who your true friends are. Because true friends will be saying, no, you put your money away, it's my turn to buy you drinks. Yes, And you need to stop that. You really need to stop people doing that to you, because they're using and abusing you. And it's never right. Yeah. One time when we was in a bar in Southend, we took Luke's dad to the bar, and Luke's dad was buying people the drinks, and then dads were coming over and said they were best mates with us. But then as soon as we went there on our own, they wouldn't speak to us at all. And this is what I found out, what people are like, and when they do that. And this lady just wants you to be proud of yourself and know who is taking advantage, because they are, and it's not fair on you. Yeah, and that is what this lady is saying to you. You need to stop it. Because she's saying, because you wouldn't want them to get on the wrong side of her. Oh, they better run if they get on the wrong side of her. And she's laughing at that. But she's being open and honest with you and saying, you can't do this anymore. You need to be the one that's actually getting things off them. And you also need the love, because you deserve to be loved. You deserve to have someone on your arm and being proud to show you off. No matter what you look like or anything, they want you for you, because you are beautiful through and through. And she's saying, don't let them get to you anymore. Yeah. And never let anyone try to ruin you or bring you down, because they're not worth the paper they use to write with. Well, a scrap bit of paper, actually, they're not worth a light. But you are so much loved and appreciated by spirit. Yeah, do not allow them to beat you. Or you have got a good heart and a good mind, and spirit are proud of you. But don't get caught in the middle of people trying to do this or do that, because you don't need it. You're better. But I'm going to leave the love and support with you and say bless you. Thank you for allowing me to come to you, and sending you lots of love and blessings. So, yeah, thank you. Now, I'm going to bring Luke back, but just on a little note, we are going to be, this is for TikTok, we are going to be doing a paid event on Encaustic wax art at some point. I know Michelle, one of my moderators, has actually put a post up. If you'd like to be involved in that, just let us know, because I need to know the numbers before I actually do decide what date we will be doing it at. And also, if you wish to do a donation, the donation is run along the bottom of the screen on Facebook, and I know my moderators do put it up on the screen as well. If you wish to donate, okay. Michelle has actually put a post up, so if you look on that and actually put that up, put your names up, and I'll be happy to actually sort it out, and it'd be like one of 3 cards: small, medium, or large, A4, A6, and A5 cards, and you get to keep. We do post the cards out to you as well, because you'll be getting asking you to choose the colours, and they will be being posted out to you. So yeah. I'm bringing the lovely Luke back now. So thank you, Keely, for allowing me to work with you. And now here comes the lovely Luke with another amazing message. I knew you'd want that one.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm working with Misty Blue. So if you would like a message from Misty Blue, please put your names up now. Now let's have a look and see where. Right, it's reset itself, so it's ready to go. Right. Now, Clarky, yes, you can. Right. Now, where is the send? Right. Okay, we have a stop on Angel. Thank you very much, Angel. Right. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, Angel, I've got an image here of you relaxingly parked on the sofa. Okay. There does appear to be a mug of either tea or coffee beside you, and you're looking very relaxed there, I might say. So I'm just having a wee look and see if I can see any orbs of that around you. So I'm looking from about this level of your body upwards. And I can say that just about there, okay, so it's almost like you're chinning it, okay, is a nice orb. It's showing itself as a silver color, okay. So that's just letting us know that there is spiritual activity around you. So it's moved into panoramic, right? So let's have a look what we got. Okay. Right. Right. Angel, I've just seen a small dog. Small. Golden yellowy shape of a small dog. Now, when I say small, I'm looking at what I would describe as West Highland Terrier, Yorkshire Terrier, small collie, Jack Russell. That's what I call a small dog. So I'm seeing the outline of a small dog there. It's just done a dash across the crystal ball screen there. There is, okay, right. There's also a person manifesting. I can see the shape starting to form of a nice golden yellow shape of a body. And what's that here? Right, now, okay, they've just given me a glimpse of your feet, and right across the floor by your feet, I can see another shape of a dog. I want to say this one is a lot larger. Again, it's just the shape, the yellow outline shape of a dog, but it's larger than the first one, and it's right in front of your feet. So as you stand up, you would trip over this dog and you would face plant into the floor, okay? Which is much like what ours do, right? Now, okay. Looking around. Right, I think I've got everything that they want to show me. So anyway, let's have a look. Right. Do we have somebody for Angel? Lovely, thank you very much. Right, now I've just heard a yappy bark and then quite a deep bark. Okay, so there are two dogs coming in with this individual. So I'll say again, a yappy bark and quite a deep bark. A deep bark would be like something like a German Shepherd, or a Irish Wolfhound, basically something along those lines. Could even be a Labrador as well. I mean, it's a larger dog. Now, okay, you got somebody? Yes, please. Yeah. Right. As this person comes close to me, this is definitely a male energy that comes close. Now, right. This person, I want to say, is in the middle age bracket, which for me is 40 up to about 55. So I want to say this person feels to me middle-aged. There's a lot of, I want to say, a lot of get up and go energy around this person, okay? He does feel a very lively, outgoing, active type individual. This is not somebody that would sit in their bum all day and not do a heck of a lot. This guy is always up to something, right? I wouldn't necessarily call him athletic, but I would call him active, active, right? Now, as he comes forward, okay, I feel him putting on a blindfold around my eyes, okay? And it's like I am trying, right? I've got a sand pit in front of me. One of these ones kiddies have got. It's like a table, but it's a sand pit. Okay, and there's lots of little object things in there being buried in the sand. And I'm wearing a blindfold, and I'm being asked to find the objects. And I'm going around in this sandbox, okay, trying to find certain objects and identify what they are. And it's not an easy task because I'm doing this in the dark. And he says, this is exactly what my sis is doing, okay? This is exactly what my sister's doing. She is delving around in the dark, finding clues and trying to use the clues to identify individuals. And it is a very difficult, if near impossible task, okay? Because there are rumor upon rumor upon misinformation upon broken clues, silences, and deliberate blockages. Okay? And he says the task is like being a blind man trying to find a fiver in the sand. Okay? You can pick it up, you can feel it, but you don't know what it says because you can't see it. Okay? You can only feel it. You're not getting the full information. So how on earth can you identify the £5 note in a sand pit when you don't know what it says on the piece of paper? So there are people who are giving incomplete information, who are giving falsehoods but not knowing they're falsehoods because they've led them believe they were the truth. And there are people who are deliberately blocking your progress because there are embarrassments and there are unspoken mishaps. And by the term unspoken mishaps, I'm also hearing the term breaches of the church rules. Okay? Okay, breaches of the church rules. But as he says to me, in amongst it all, there are truths that some people would believe is in fact falsehood because they have been told a different version of the truth. And therefore, many individuals don't actually know what the truth really is because they've been sold that many falsehoods and believe them to be true for such a long time that they can no longer identify the real truth from the falsehood. He also speaks about your hand being guided, okay? That there is a sibling in spirit that is guiding your hand to where the clues lie. And this sibling in time will become recognized as the search continues. There are more. Wait. Say that again. Okay. There are you. Sorry, I need to get this right. You will be going on a journey to an undiscovered country where you will find out that there is more family out there than you were initially led to believe. And these have been missing since the church became involved. Sorry, better take a drink. Is telling me that he's also telling me that there isn't a paper trail, but there is one out there that there's one out there that knows. There's one out there that knows. Okay? And this person is in a nursing home. Okay? This person is in a nursing home. And she knows yes, she knows what happened. Spirit will lead you when the time is right. First, you have to go to the undiscovered country. Where's the undiscovered country? First, you have to go to the undiscovered country. Okay. And there you will find a female in a nursing home who remembers what happened. Okay. Right, that sounds interesting. Where? Okay, in the undiscovered country. Okay. Right. I'm sorry, they're not being specific about where this undiscovered country is, other than Spirit will lead you there at the right time. Okay, now why are you playing that? Now, I'm getting a record playing in my head, and it's going on and on and on and on. Everybody go surfing, Surfing USA. Okay? Apparently, this is a favorite record of a relative. Okay? Who could actually walk on the particular beach where the record was the film of the video, or the video, or the film, or whatever you want to call it, was actually made. And this is his favorite song / favorite movie clip where this was, where the movie clip was made, is where this person was a frequent visitor to. And this is a relation. This is a sibling. This is a known sibling. Okay. It's one of those cryptic clue nights, I'm getting to think. So I'm going to leave all of that with you. To be honest, it doesn't really make sense to me, because it's just clips of here, clip there, clip there, clip there. But it obviously makes sense to you, because it's not meant for me. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you very, very much indeed, Angel. And I'm just hearing him jokingly say in the back of my mind, she better pack a bag because she's going to need one. Right, so I will leave that with you. Angel is saying you got to pack a bag, you're going to need one. Okay. Right. Okay. So I shall leave your brother's love with ya and say thank you very much. Okay. Right. Thank you very much. Right. Now I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you very much, and now hand back over to Paul. Also known as Lord of the Rings, Baron of the Bracelets, and you're welcome, Angel, and the Lord of the Wax. So I shall leave you in his capable hands and say thank you very much. Right.
Okay. Right. Let's have your names up and see who I'm drawing to, please. Sammy, can I come to you, please, Sammy? I'm good, Rachel. How are you? Bless you. Thank you, Rachel. Right, Sammy, as I'm drawing close to you, I have got a gentleman who's actually coming by you, and this gentleman feels he's on the paternal side, father, grandfather, and he's actually coming in around you quite closely at the moment because you've had so much going on around you and you just don't know whether you're coming or going. Can you understand this gentleman, please? Yes, I have, Julie. I've lost over 5 stone now, and that's what I wanted to lose. Yes, and this gentleman really is coming in and saying, don't worry, my dear, I still love you. You don't have to worry about the others who try to pretend to be something they're not, where you are straight as lace, or straight as a die, and the others, they try to be something they're not. And he's saying, you keep that up. You don't need friends like that. If you got friends like that, you wouldn't need enemies. That is what he's saying. You've been hurting for quite some time inside, deep down, and they're saying, you've got this, my girl. We're here to help you and guide you. You've been so upset about how things have been going, but we are here and we are seeing everything you're doing. And Jess, it does hurt to see you like that. But I'm telling you, I am so proud of who you are and what you do. I don't tell you what to do. Spirit don't tell you what to do. They just are there for you. And he's also saying, when you're feeling like this, talk to Spirit, talk to them, and you will get the answers. They will help you. Don't think you have to go on this alone. You have got such a loving heart, and that is why people do this to you. You need to start standing up and being counted and saying, look, I'm not here for you. I'm here because I want to be here. Don't be forced into doing things that you don't want to do. Because that is people just trying to get you to do something which isn't very nice. But you've got the power to say and do what you wish. And say it. Come out and say what you need to say. Because that is the only way you're going to get those people off your back. You need to stick up for yourself and say no to them. Because all the time you're giving in, they're winning. And you can't be letting them win. You will always have this gentleman from Spirit. And if ever you want to chat, you can message me on TikTok. I don't mind doing that. If you wish to be alone, tell Spirit I wish to be alone for a bit and to be left alone. But sometimes it is worth talking to people and getting it out to the universe and ask them for the healing. The healing of your mind, body and soul, earthly, spiritually, mentally and physically. Put it up to Spirit. Ask Spirit to help. Because they will help and guide you. That's what I've done. And amount of problems I've had, I thought, they're going to have enough of me. But no, they do listen to each and everything. And you will get answers back. Spirit do answer back. It maybe you think it's a dream or something, but they do come in for you and give you the answers. So do not give up, because you have got this. And just be happy. You will meet on this spiritual sites that we run. Like if you go over to DoubleTrouble at home or Luke Guichard on Facebook, they're both on Facebook. All that group are all friends with each other. We are all friends together. It is one big family. And you are welcome to join that and just chat away with some of the people on here. Because that's what they do. They give the love. They give the healing. They are here to help as well as be there to listen. Because they have their own problems as well. So you are welcome to do that and keep your positivity going. I'm going to leave that love with you and say, bless you. Thank you for allowing me to work with you there. And sending lots of love and healing to you. Okay. No problem, Sammy. Okay. All right, I'll go to Hayden Clark quickly. Thank you, Tanya. Right, Hayden, as I'm drawing close to you at the moment, I do feel there is a lady in spirit, and this lady comes in mother or grandmother, and she's coming in around you at the moment because there's a lot of things not being said or done. And she's saying you need to start listening and opening up, not just doing things because you feel like just doing it. You've got to work at things that you need to be done. And you need communication because you're not communicating much, are you? And they are saying, this lady is saying, you need to communicate more. Show them the real Hayden, who the real Hayden is. Don't beat around the bush, just tell them. And tell them what you want and ask them why they're doing what they're doing. You've got the power and the love to do that. But you've got to be honest with yourself as well as the people. Because you are sport for choices when it comes to talking to people. So keep the love going and don't let people bring you down. And I'm going to leave that with you and say bless you. Right, now here is the lovely Luke to come back. And I may do a quick one afterwards.
Right, we have Miss Scarlet.
Everyone's favourite.
Okay. So if you would like a reading with Miss Scarlet, please put your names up now. Right, let's have a look and see where... Oh, there's a talking stick. Okay. Right. So we have a stop on Julie Rampton. Okay. Julie Rampton. Okay. Right, Julie, I got an image of you here. Sat on the sofa and looking tentatively to a screen. So you are having a general chilled out evening. Okay, I can say that as I look around the room area before going to panoramic, there's quite a few orbs floating around you. So there's a nice bit of spirit communication going on. Right, you were switching to panoramic and right. Now over to your right hand side, which is just over that way, there is there's a person in spirit stood there. Okay, so you've definitely got someone wanting to communicate with you. So let's see if they are over. Do we have somebody for Julia? Oh, right. Oh, right. Last one in. Oh, right. That's good. Right. Do come over. Yep. No problem. Right. Okay. Right. Tune in. Right, Julie, I have got the energy of a gentleman with me. Okay, and I want to say straight away that there is some form of issue with this person's chest. right? It's at heart or lung or a combination of the both. And I do feel that this would have been medicated in some way. I don't think this gentleman would have had a lot of get up and go towards the end. In other words, I don't feel like he'd be running for buses. I don't feel like he'd be running upstairs. I don't think he'd be running anywhere, to be honest with you. But I do feel that there would have either been some tablet or something that would have to have been taken that would help to medicate it. I've got a good idea what it is, but as I'm not a doctor, I'm not going to try and diagnose it. Let's just say it is heart or lung issue or a combination of the both. And I want to say that I feel this was contributory to his passing. Now, on the subject of passing, I want to say that I feel this was relatively quick. I don't sense any, a lingering on of, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of going really worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I feel this was very much a case of, if I describe it like blinking, your eyes are open, you're here, you blink, you're gone, your eyes are open again, and you're in spirit world. That was how quick I feel this was. It was without warning, totally out of the blue. I'll go as far as saying unexpected, in the sense that, nobody would believe for a minute that it'd be, that today was his last day and all of a sudden he's off. No one would have believed it because there was no warning of it. Yes, absolutely. He wants to make it absolutely known that he is perfectly fine where he is. He's 100% better. There is no lingering after effects of this illness that he had, and he feels very much like a young man again. And all right, if you want to say that. He says, I can dance on the clouds now. I feel so relieved having got rid of this issue. Okay. Now, he does spend a lot of time coming back and forward. Okay. Back and forward. And it's not because he's being nosy around what you're getting up to. It's because he wants you to know that he's okay. And in doing so, he feels not obliged, but he wants to sit with you. He wants to be the one that, if you like, will sit next to you and put his arms round you while you're watching the telly. And he says, some of our programs were rubbish, but then again, she thought some of mine was rubbish. But we both agreed to watch them anyway, because the old telly's rubbish. And he feels comfortable to sat there with you and putting his arm around you and holding you close to him. He also, occasionally, he says, occasionally I'll lie on the bed next to her and cuddle right up to her, in the hope that she will feel my presence close to her, and that will help her find comfort. And he's saying, as he does that, he steps into your dreams. He steps into your dreams, and you share precious moments together in dream world, where everything is, tangible. You can touch each other, you can hold each other. He wants you to know he does that just so he can share those few extra precious moments together. Okay. He also wants to let you know that he's very proud of you. You've moved on with your life. You've gone on and stepped forward without having been pushed. And you're putting your life back together and stepping forward. Slowly but surely you're stepping forward. And he wants you to know that that makes him so proud to see you doing just that, stepping forward in your journey. Okay? And he's happy to see you do that, because many people would say to you, oh, it's been this length of time, you should have got over it. They haven't got a clue what they're saying, because we both know you don't get over something like this. You just learn to take each day as it comes, and you treasure the good times. And it makes me proud to see you take each day as it comes, and you treasure those good memories, those joyful times. And when you see something on your journey to and from the shops, from work, from the corner shop, you see things that remind you of happy moments we shared, and it makes a smile come out on your face. That makes me so proud, because it's all about the good times. I'll always be close with you. Okay? I will always be close with you. You'll never be alone. I will always be around you. Okay? And when you laugh, I will be laughing with you. And when you cry, I will be holding you tight to me. And I will help dab the tears away. But do not be ashamed of shedding tears, because that is part of the process of healing. And it's important that you heal. So when you cry, I'll be there with a tissue. I'll be sorting out those tears with you. Okay? And each night when you close your eyes to go to sleep, you'll hear me whispering in your ear, I love you. Okay? And he's beginning to draw back now. But as he does so, he's placed a load of red roses in a vase. Now, it would seem to me that they're being placed on a dining table. And each rose, he says, that's red there, and they're all red, is representative of the power of spirit to reconnect from one world to the next. So I'm going to leave those roses and his love with you, Julie, and say thank you very much indeed for allowing me to read for you this evening. And sadly, ladies and gentlemen, Okay, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, wow, that's interesting, Julie. Not really kind. It's that time of the evening where we have to bring it to a close because we've run out of time. So I'm going to invite Paul back as we bring our evening to the close, and thank you all for taking part.
Hiya, Kelly. And I forgot to say hi to one of my moderators, Michelle. So, quick hi, Michelle Brown. Yes, it does go quickly.
Yeah, only just started a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it feels like it anyway.
Mm.
Right, closing card. Okay, let's have that one. Okay. And the group card says, sometimes walking away is the only option. Not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. How true is that?
Oh, Julie's just made me laugh.
Mm-hmm. You're shrinking.
Yes. The 5 stone is gone and I'm happy.
Yes, it's about £3,000 in private detectives. It's cost me to try and hunt down where he lost it, but we've not had any luck so far.
Yeah. It's giving it to your mum because your mum needs it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie. Much appreciated. Right. It's now time to extinguish this candle, but always remember our loved ones are still with us, even though the candle's out. The light and the love of your family and friends are still with you, morning, noon, and night. So I say, bless you all, and thank you for coming.
Julie's saying, please don't give the 5 stone to her.
No, it's Luke's mum. She needs it. So
You're trying to make my mum fat?
No, she needs it though, doesn't she?
Well, she wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thank you all for coming today. Really appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, we've had an absolute fabulous evening. So thank you all for coming and spending 2 hours of your Friday night with us.
Yeah. Oh, Elaine, I've just been shouted down. Do not give in. I don't know what that's about. I've just been shouted, do not give in. So I've just had to quickly give that to you.
Well, okay.
And that was for Elaine on TikTok. So, right, we are back tomorrow at the same time, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And enjoy the rest of your Friday evening or Friday during the day if you're in America or Canada. Just enjoy yourselves, whatever you're doing this evening. And we will see you tomorrow. Lots of love to each and every one of you.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Don't be late. We started 8.
Yeah.
So until then, look after yourselves and each other. God bless you and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.